Welcome, collectors of all ages. This is Mike, and this is my second YouTube video. And today's a special day for a couple of reasons. If you notice the hat, if it looks familiar, this is a hat given to me by one of the best YouTubers out there. That's Chris from Missouri. A lot of you probably are familiar with Chris, but he had these hats, and he gave me this one at a show that he was set up in Columbia, Missouri. Now, for a Kansas Jayhawk fan, born and raised in Lawrence, Kansas, it takes a lot to go to Columbia, Missouri. That's the home of the Missouri Tigers, our arch enemy. But Chris is a great guy. And I'll tell you what, the show that's put on in Columbia by Dugout Sports, if you're a vintage collector, it's worth the trouble. I mean, it's over 2 hours from where I live to go there. And I live just to the west of Kansas City. And but I go there because they have great vintage cards. In fact, I would say they have better cards, vintage cards, dealers set up there than most of the Kansas City shows, especially the small Kansas City shows. But hey, it will give the big Kansas City shows a run for the money. So Chris, let me turn this around so you can see his little emblem there. Chris is one of the reasons I joined the community in YouTube. Great guy. I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with him. If not, definitely check out his page. He's what this is all about, in my opinion. Just an average everyday guy who loves to collect vintage cards and loves even more to tell stories and be part of a community. So he's really talked to me and has encouraged me the last few years to get started. The other reason this is a big day for me is I finally submitted to SGC. Actually, I haven't submitted to any company, grading company. Most of my cards have been raw, except for the ones that I've bought over the years that are graded. But I am a huge fan of the SGCs for vintage. So I got my first order back in a nice little sealed box here, but they also gave me a couple of other ones because they gave me these, and I know what's in here because I can see it's the oversized basketball cards that I sent off. And then here's another little package here. I will say I did not do a pre-grade for these cards, so I apologize for that. I mean, I wrote them down, so I know what I hope they're going to be. I have not looked to see what they're going to be, so I'm, SGC is just like any grading company. You never know. But how I pre-graded is I took the SGC's graded cards that I do have in my collection, basically from 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and I tried to get the most recent ones that I had, and I thoroughly compared my raw cards to those cards in the holder. I don't know if that was a good thing to do. I don't know if that's the best thing to do because we know grading is very, very subjective. So if you get a grader having a good day, you're going to get good grades. If you have a grader having a bad day, you may not. So I'm crossing my fingers. These are all cards from the special that they ran for the 70s and 80s for $12 a card. So I don't think I'm going to have any super great cards. I'm going to have some good grades, but these are more mid grades. Maybe there might be a few 7s or 8s, and I don't know. We'll see. But I did write down what I think the grades are going to be. I don't know. I haven't looked. I guess you can look online to see what the grades are, but I've chosen not to do that because I want to be excited, good or bad. So I'm going to turn this off, and I'm going to flip it around, and I'm going to start opening, and we'll see what I got. Okay, here are my submittals. Again, I didn't do a pre-grade video, but I did write down what I think my grades are going to be. I'm assuming they are in the order that I submitted them. Never have done this. This is my first time. First card is a 1970 Topps Thurman Munson rookie card. I had this one. I'm going to go through them quickly. I estimated this one was going to be a 6 and 5.5. So still a beautiful card. All right, the next one, 1971 Topps Terry Bradshaw rookie. I also predicted this one to be a 6. And I know this is a hard set because of the color. 5.5. So I've heard that SGC likes to give a bunch of 0.5s, and so far I will say, well, they're consistent. My first two cards I predicted to be a 6, and they gave me a 5.5. I guess I'll just leave one up there for now. Next one is a 71 Topps Thurman Munson. This one I also predicted to be a 6. And let's see what they gave me on this one. Oh, well, I got a 0.5, but this one's a 6.5. So, glad to see I got a little bit better grade on this one. This is famous for being one of the greatest action shots on a card of all time. I obviously like this card more than the rookie. It's just a great shot. But I'll tell you what, Veda Pinson, and I'm probably going to do a video on him. He's been one of my all-time Hall of Fame candidates since I was 16 years old. I'm 53. I've written letters to the editor about Veda Pinson to Baseball Digest probably back in like '88, before I was out of high school, I think. And there's a great 71 Topps Veda Pinson, and it's an action shot. He slid into home, just slid into home, I should say. And I believe it's Thurman Munson who's like sprawled out by him. This is another 71 Topps Thurman Munson. This one I predicted to be a 5, a little bit rougher condition, and spot on. Woo! I'll take it. So this one's a 5. All right. Next card, 71 Topps Nolan Ryan. My favorite player as a kid growing up, especially when I started collecting. This one I predicted to get a 5. Oh, all right. I got a 6. I thought that corner up there was really going to hamper the score on that one. But hey, a 71 the year I was born, I'll take a 6 all day. Next card is another 71 Topps Nolan Ryan, and this one a little bit rougher condition. Not way rougher, but this one I think let's see what I write down. A 5. No, 4. Yep, I wrote down a 4. 4.5. I'll take it. So let's see. Let me write some of these down. I've been trying to write these down here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So my first 6 cards, 4 of them have been the 0.5 at the end. Interesting. Okay. All right, next card. 71, 72, Topps Wilt Chamberlain. I have this one as a 5. Wilt, of course, played at the great University of Kansas. And I got a 4.5, so right now I've had 3 that have been under what I had predicted, and I've had 3 better than I predicted, and 1 spot on. All right, it's a beautiful card. All right, next card is a 72 Topps Nolan Ryan. You kind of see it's off cut there. This one I predicted to be a 6, so let's see what they gave me. All right, they gave me a 6. Spot on. I'll take it. Obviously, yeah, they airbrushed the A on there from the Angels because they think he was trading that off season. All right, next card. 73 Topps Nolan Ryan. This one I have predicted to be a 5. And, ooh, wow. 6.5. I will take it. That's, anybody who's dealt with 73s, especially 73 Ryan, there's so many 73s that are off-cut. It's like off-cut the same way, card after card. But, wow, I will definitely take this one. Nice. Another 0.5. Whoever was grading my cards on this day had an obsession, it seems like, with 0.5. All right, next one. 73 Topps Johnny Bench. This one I predicted to be a 6. Oh, wow. 7. Okay. Nice. I will take that. That's a really nice card. Okay. All right. Another 73 Topps Nolan, or Topps Johnny Bench, and this one I have down as a 7. And 6.5. Boy, this whoever did this really loves the 0.5. Woo! That's just kind of cracking me up. All right. Next card, a rookie of Michael Jack Schmidt, and another decent third baseman by the name of Ron Say, the Penguin. This one, I think I have as a 5 or 6. 6. I have this one as a 6. And I got a 6.5. I will take that. That's just a pretty card. I'll take that one, though. All right. Next card is another Schmidt rookie, 73 Topps. This one I predicted also to be a 6. I thought they were about comparable. This one's off center in the back, so it probably dinged me for that. And they did. I got a 5. Wah, wah. This one's a little bit lower. But hey, so far I'm running pretty even. Just a lot of those stinking 0.5s. Throw me a bone, SGC. Round up. Round up. All right. I'm not sure about this one. This is a beautiful card. This is 74 Topps Dave Winfield rookie. And there's a spot on the front, almost like a little bubble. Other than that, the card is beautiful. I've got to turn my page because I got to see. So this one I thought would be a 6. And they gave me a 6. So I can't really see it, but there's a little bit of a bubble somewhere around there. Otherwise, this card's much nicer than a 6. I probably could have got a 7 or maybe even an 8. It's a super sharp card. All right, now I'm going to have a run of some George Brett rookie cards. So we will see what we get for these. All right, first one here. A lot of these are not, I mean, you can't, 75 Topps. They're off cut, they're diamond shaped, they have a bunch of ink spots on them, and then obviously they chip and have some white splotches. So this is the first one of many I submitted off. I think this one is the first couple I predicted to be a 5, and that's what they gave me. They gave me a 5. As you can see down here, a lot of these 75s have these little splotches. A lot of them are off cut, but other than that, it's a pretty nice card. Good mid-grade Brett. Another 75, and this one I'm sure I also hit C. I think, like I said, the first 2 I have is 5. I predicted this one to be a 5 as well, and another 5. Centering on this one's pretty good. All right, next card. Another George Brett. This one I predicted to be a 6. So this one I think is a little bit better condition. So let's see what they give me on this one. Oh, a 6.5. That's a 0.5 I'll take. It's a little bit better. Wow. That's a nice card. Pretty well centered. Now this card breaks my heart because I've had this Brett rookie in my collection for a number of years, and until I sent it off for grading and looked at it really close, there's see if I can show it on the other side. The centering on this card is great. There's a little ink spot on the front, but it's just beautifully centered. The corners are great, but on the front across about right here, and I never have noticed this in the probably 30 years I've had this card, but there's kind of it's not really even a crease because it's completely straight, but there is a line. It's not a printing line. I can't even describe it. So I predicted this will get a 7. So they may knock it down. Otherwise, I think this card would be an 8 all day with an outside chance for a 9, except for that printing spot. So let's see what they give me. Well, they gave me a 6, and I'm not surprised. I don't know if it will show on here. it runs right. There's actually a couple of them. It runs right across here, all the way across the card. I'm not sure if you can see that in the lighting or not, but I mean, that's centering on that card is great. The corners are outstanding. If it didn't have that little whatever the hell it is, I guarantee you that was got to be an 8. That's just a beautiful card, but I was hoping for a 7. They gave me a 6. Obviously, if I just look at these from a distance, this card looks far better. It's just that line that's going across there. All right, next card is, this is one of my all-time favorite cards. The 76 Johnny Bench is, if I think a card's awesome, I call it badass, and this is a badass card. He just looks like a stud on the other sides. And this one, really nice card. I'm hoping to get a 7 on this one. Let's see. Ooh, got an 8. All right, I will take that. I just love that. You see all the dust up there. You probably just put the hammer down on someone trying to score. Just one of my all-time favorite cards of who I think is the greatest catcher of all time, Johnny Bench. Next card is another Johnny Bench, 76 Tops. This one I think is in a little bit better condition overall, a little sharper. So this one, I'm crossing my fingers. Hopefully I get an 8 on this one as well. That's what I'm hoping for. And, oh, 8.5. Oh, if they just would have rounded up and given me a 9. This person's pretty harsh. He loves the 0.5s, but hey, I was predicting an 8, so 8.5, better than an 8. But man, I've had a couple 8.5s now. Well, I guess this is my first 8.5. I'd like to have a 9 on one of these, but hey, I'm not going to be picky. This is better than I thought it was going to be. All right, next card is a 76 Tops Ted Williams. I don't collect sets, but I do want to get all of these. So this one I predicted to get a 7. No, this one I predicted to get an 8. All-time All-Star Ted Williams. Nice card. And they gave me a 7. So not quite what I was hoping for, but still a nice card. All right, oops. I actually just saw this one. 76 Tops Mike Schmidt. I was hoping to get a 7 on this one. I actually saw this when I picked it up, and I got an 8. All right, not a bad card. And let me grab the other stack here real quick. All right. This next card is another 76 Tops Mike Schmidt. This one I predicted also to be a 7. It's kind of off cut here, so it's kind of off. I mean, you can definitely see it's off cut. So I was hoping for 7 on this one just because the rest of the card is really sharp. And wow, I'll take it. I'm shocked. I don't know. I predicted both of them to be 7. Just looking at it, eye appeal, I think that one looks a little nicer. It's hard to say, but on the back, the centering on this one's definitely better, but this one got the 8.5. I'll take both. They were both higher than I predicted. All right, next card, 77. Nolan Ryan. This one I predicted to be a 7. And an 8. All right, I'll take an 8. Next card, 79 Tops Nolan Ryan. This one I think is pretty sharp. It's off center bad, but it's super, super sharp. And the front looks beautiful. This one I'm predicting to get an 8. Let's see. 7.5. So that back definitely cost me on that one. All right. And 81, 82 Tops Larry Bird. first year card of him being by himself, tops wise. And this one I am predicting to be an 8. It's a pretty sharp card. All right. I got an 8. I will take it. All right, I just have 2 cards left. They are oversized cards. A couple guys you might have heard of. All right, first one here. Turn my page. First one here is a 1972 ICEE Bear, which I'd never even heard of until I saw this at a card show. But it is of KU legend Wilt Chamberlain. This one, can't even fit it all on the screen. This one is super, super nice. I hope to get an 8 on this one. We'll see. Got a 7. So, still, it's a beautiful card. I'm not sure where the knock it down all the way to a 7. There's got to be something I missed on that one, but it's a beautiful card. Wilt the Stilt. All right, and the last card I have in this submittal is a rookie card of Pistol Pete. So this one I predicted to get a 5. Let's see what they gave me on this card here. 5. Spot on. All right. So let's write these down here. So it looks like, I'll set these up while I'm babbling. Just flipping through here that what I've written down, it looks like I have about, I think for the cards that I predicted to get a certain grade or better exceed, I think I had 7 or 8 that were worse. And this is a 28 card order. I think I had 7 or 8 cards were worse than what I had predicted. I actually think I had more better than I predicted than anything. It's just my habit to kind of under predict stuff on that. And then I had quite a few that were equal. So hey, I'm happy for my first submittal. It just kind of blows my mind how many 0.5s that I got on this order. It'd have been nice to have a couple of those rounded up. Throw me a bone, SGC. Throw me a bone. Anyway, thank you for watching. Definitely make comments below. Thank you if you've watched this far, and if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Hit the like button. I'm brand new, just starting out with this, so definitely like to see that this is being watched by people. Definitely make some comments down there on your thoughts, and I'm going to have another one of these shortly, and hopefully you'll like to watch those too. Until next time, have a good one.